So we are here at Meet at Rift with one of the best known European players of Teamfight Tactics, Sologesang.
Hello.
Oh, it's not me. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Hello.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, hello to you as well.
You are very well known in the community for three reasons. First of all, you're an amazing player. Secondly, you have almost 100% attendance on both Golden Spatula Cup and all the EMEA finals, which is extremely impressive. Only double has bigger attendance than you. And the third thing is you're also an amazing support for the community. You create all of those tier list sheets.
Yeah, by Google Docs.
But what brought you the idea of sharing it with the community?
Oh, I did it already before for another game, for Dota Auto Chess. And then I went from Dota Auto Chess to TFT and then just kept doing it. And then expanded it, like adding more stuff and what people ask.
I'm very grateful that you are doing it. I know a lot of my friends are using them to learn a little bit from you. But let's get a little bit more local. As I mentioned, we're at Meet at Rift. We have the second international LAN in Europe happening here currently. What is your feelings after the first day?
Yeah, first day was really nice. Like the location is insane, and it feels more like a party than a LAN, but in a good way. Because the last LAN I was at was like completely dark for 3 days. So there's a lot more stuff to do here. And I also went like for some pierogi and some other Polish stuff that I can't pronounce, but it was really good. So like first day after the tournament and going around the city a bit, pretty nice impression of Poland so far.
Glad to hear that. You were also participating in WYWIAD Open. If you had to compare those two LANs, which one was a little bit more challenging for you?
More challenging? I think both are difficult to play, but Vegas was it was played on a patch like that was only 2 days old, and I was flying like 13 hours, so my preparation was zero. So it was in that aspect it was way more difficult because I played completely blind pretty much. I learned the patch while playing the tournament.
Well, so I believe that was a challenge for a lot lot of players then, because a lot of them were traveling.
Yeah, so that I like that this tournament is played on the previous patch, which we also played the European Cup on. So everyone had enough time to prepare and not like go in blind. So
it's much more comfortable.
Yeah, it's much more comfortable in that aspect.
You were playing in your life lots of tournaments. Which form of them do you prefer? Do you prefer to sit with the publicity in on LANs, or you prefer to sit home cozily with the computer and camera?
I think if I want to play my best, then I at home, because I just set up everything right and I have more screens as well, and and my like stuff that I'm used to. But I think like from like if I ignore my stuff, then I would probably say like playing in front of an audience and at a LAN location. But yeah.
So I guess it's a lot of more emotions here locally as well.
Yeah, as a meeting people in between, kind of distracting, but I mean,
interviews.
Like well, it's fun. It's different. But it's fun. But if I want to play my best, then I would need to play at home, where I set up everything for myself for years already that I'm used to. So
I guess it's also a little bit less stressful if you don't have people looking at you directly.
For me personally, it's not that stressful. It's just more like I just have a different setup, like a different. For example, I forgot my mouse pad, and I just realized I'm pretty used to my mouse pad. So, so yeah.
We've been talking about predictions a few days ago, and you mentioned a lot of names. Did after this one day your perspective about potential winners change a little bit?
No, I think many of them went through the second day, and my dark horse of one. I'm not sure what I called it, but the dark horse, the special Fin Tower, yeah, it did pretty well. I think he got like top 10 or so. I'm not sure. I think he got pretty. He was pretty high up there.
That's quite impressive.
So-
I saw a lot of names that were having good results for the day that I would not expect, to be fair. And also few names that were a little bit disappointing
Which, for
for the
example?
days. In one of the teams, I think, pardon me if I pronounce the name a little bit wrong, Xoso underperformed a little bit. He had like 5th or 6th place in the first round or something like that. But overall, it's quite impressive that so many players actually came and a lot of new names appeared as well.
Yeah, there were a lot of travelers, so interest was very high. Yeah. I've heard that the tickets were sold out very quickly as well. So
I have to ask you also a question that I'm planning to ask pretty much all of our guests here, but we're having a lot of sets behind us already. Which one of them was your favorite so far?
my favorite set is set 1, I think, just because of nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, and also like I think yordles, dragons. So they're all kind of overpowered. Like they had no counters. Like
Yeah.
for example, dragons nullified all magic damage. It was, I don't know who thought that about that, but it was kind of overpowered, but it was still fun. Just because it was the first set, no one had any idea how to play, and it was just like something different.
Also, the mechanics changed a lot.
Yeah.
The game became much more complicated at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you think it may cause any issues for the new players that want to try the game?
I think we reach a complexity level that is fine. I don't think we need more complexity. Like how to get in new players. I mean, we would need like different tutorials. I think Riot is pushing some of that stuff right now. It's like doing like short guides and stuff. I also do short guides for them, so that's why I know. And they also translated like multiple languages: Polish, German, Spanish, English, and so on. So like we're kind of trying to like make it more easily this way, like through social media, through short guides, to capture the new players. But the complexity level will still be there. I think it's also needed because this way you can show that you a bit better than the other guys, right? So because like there are so many decisions to make because of the complexity, and every decision can decide if you win or not. And TFT is a game of variance, so you need to do like a lot of decisions correctly, and that's how you win. Like the guy who makes the least mistakes wins, not the guy who like makes the most flashiest play in TFT compared to League, for example. So yeah.
It became also a less of a high risk set, in my opinion. I'm not sure what's a professional's perspective about it, but I feel like the set is a little bit more safe as well, especially in a lower elo, where you can just follow some certain rules, and that unpredictable factor comes only in charms, pretty much.
I think charms are easy to learn but hard to master, so they're kind of I don't think it's like low risk or anything in low elo either. You still need to be able, like one of the biggest skills in TFT is to be able to recognize your spot in stage 2-1, like which direction you can go, what options you have, magic, physical, lose streak, win streak, reroll and stuff on. You can't usually, I wouldn't say you can just take one comp in this set. I think it's much harder than last set to hard force like a reroll comp right now. Because like the charms cost a lot of gold, and if you buy every charm, if you don't know better, if you buy every charm, even if it's really expensive, and you will never have enough gold to reroll any of these comps. So.
Yeah, especially if you're not really good at economy, like myself.
Yeah. This set economy plays a much bigger role because you need to save up like some money starting stage 5, so starting late game, to get a chance at a okay charm or at a really good charm. So if you so that's one of the bigger challenges this set, the economy.
Agreed.
Management.
I will ask you a tricky question. If you had to choose between a TFT and Dota Auto Chess, which one would you prefer? Because Dota Auto Chess came a little bit down these days, like they don't have that many players.
Yeah, Dota Auto Chess was, I think, on release was one of the best. Like I don't know when I had so much fun the last time, the last 10 years. But actually, I played it again like half a year ago in like a win challenge with friends. Like win challenge, like we just played many different games, like in 24 hours. And actually, it wasn't much fun because it was so clunky. Like the controls were not optimized to a game because it's not a real game, a solo game, but it's a custom game, right? They just use what the publisher gives them, and it's not optimized to the game itself because it's not a game by itself. It's only a custom mod.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so I wouldn't play Dota Auto Chess if I had the choice between TFT, just because of the controls.
To wrap up the thing, well, we still have 2 days of LAN to go. I wish you the best at this. Would you like to say something to our audience?
Yeah, dzień dobry. Yeah, thank you for supporting me. Pierogi is the best. Dziękuję.